Welcome back, or if this is your first video here, welcome. I wanted to give a bit of a preview of the upcoming videos on this channel, provide a bit of background on why I started this channel to begin with, and my plans around it, and end with a request. First off, if you came here to listen to me talk about Linux mobile phones or technology generally, you can subscribe to my at present empty channel, Quite Normal. I figured I'd reuse the domain name quitenormal.net that I'd used to host some blogs on networking, VoIP, SIP, and Asterisk, and personal video recorders, MythTV, close to a decade ago. If that sort of thing seems interesting to you, I look forward to seeing you over there. My first videos are going to focus on mobile telephony, following up on my opinion of the PinePhone, which just arrived last week, and as well as the eventual fate of my Librem 5. Continuing here, though, I've got a number of videos I'm looking to post over the coming weeks. We'll look back at history, a little coffee talk about Micro Four Thirds, drones, the Canon R6, some Darktable benchmarks, and discussion about the Apple M1, and hopefully a review of the Olympus 150-400 f4.5 Pro. I was hoping to have a box for the Ollie 150-400 Pro, just like I had for the PinePhone, but between late December and late January, I went from definitely the first shipment in January to falling into possibly the second shipment, with the first shipment now scheduled for April. So we'll have to see exactly how JIP ships those out and what the schedule ends up being. I got my first DSLR, a Canon 20D, about 15 years ago, and other than a camcorder my parents owned while in the 90s, I've never given much thought to video. I started this effectively as a way of learning more about shooting and editing video, as well as a practice of talking to camera, given the pandemic has made that a fairly common practice in this world. As I mentioned in my kids' cameras video, my daughter has been interested in photography since she was very young, and I thought maybe I'd make some videographic lessons for her and post them to this channel. But we're probably at least a year away from that working out, so the upcoming videos take a different tact. Trying to research things is hard, and I've been having trouble finding actual answers to the questions I had. Is there a reason to get the Canon R6 over the OMD EM1X? What's the future hold for Micro Four Thirds? Are Leicas worth it? Now that I have Leicas that shoot 50 megapixel images and they're taxing my computer, should I wait for an M1 based Mac Pro or build an Intel based system? The running thread through the videos I've posted and have planned so far are that I've decided to just answer these questions for myself, and while I'm doing that, share that information that I find. I'm going to address these questions for my own use cases, focused on stills photography, as that's what's important to me. The nice thing about not being a professional photographer is that I don't need to rationalize every purchase in terms of the monetary return, and I don't feel any need to pigeonhole what it is I'm shooting. At the same time, I don't want to assume that's true of everyone watching. Buying that 20D and a couple of VFS lenses as a postgraduate student was effectively all the discretionary funds I had for the year. And at the same time, I don't want to waste money myself. I'm hoping that I'm able to provide a different angle, perhaps a unique viewpoint, in addition to all the other information out there. And now we arrive at the last part of this video, a request. I've given a preview of some upcoming videos and described my goals for this channel. I remember watching as the subscriber count crossed 100, and while it's nowhere near a trend-setting leader, I'm amazed it's at over 200 now. I'm curious, what are you looking at to get out of this channel? About what is it that you'd like to hear me talk? Let me know in the comments, and if it's something I find interesting and for which I think I can provide insight, I'll either respond or fit it into a future video. And as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.